Hey guys, this is a tutorial on how to make beats on your iPhone. I don't know if it works on the Android, but this is for the iPhone. And it's pretty dope. I've been doing it for about 2-3 years now. So this is an app called BeatMaker 2. You can get it on the iTunes and all that type of stuff. Look it up, BeatMaker 2. It's pretty dope. It's basically like a MPC based. You can also do keyboard and stuff like that. You can also even hook it up, have external, let's say like a USB keyboard hooked up to your phone with the adapter. Kind of do it like that, but before all that, this is more of a tutorial in the beginning stages. If you're just getting started with BeatMaker, just want to know how to make some cool, dope beats on your iPhone, and it's not corny. It's actually dope. So let's get right into it. Alright, this is the main page. It's basically has 3 buttons. First button is last audio save, which is something like, if you kind of made a beat and it crashed, or you just kind of just turned it off for some reason and it wasn't running in the background, it kind of audio saves the last thing you did. Then in the middle there's a low project, which is whatever beats that you already made that you saved, and then you got new project. So let's go to new project real fast. There's a couple tabs, drums, keyboard. You even have a audio track too, audio tracks actually, which is real dope. You can actually do vocals right inside your iPhone, man. It's crazy. They have audio apps, sound store, which is basically like sounds you can kind of buy. I'm more of a guy, I like to make my own beats, my own sounds, stuff like that, or my own kits rather. So I don't really mess with that, but if you want to, you can go on there and check them out. I got a whole bunch of dope kits on there. But anyway, we're gonna go to, let's say, they got keyboard. Like I said, we're not doing any audio right now, but I like to start off with MPC. Pretty old school with it. This is also cool for beat makers that like to sample too as well. I mean, you can do a lot of any beats on here. Trap, reggae, whatever. I mean, it's all types of stuff you could do on here. It's just basically a workstation on your phone. So just look at it like that. So right here brings you to this page. It wants you to load up either some preset sounds you already got, or just an empty preset, as far as just an empty palette. So it gives you track 1, which is your first instrument. If you kind of swipe over, or at the bottom you have main and you have empty 1. These are like your kind of tracks so far, and you can keep building. Like say for instance, next to here on the bottom it says instrument plus, with the plus sign. Kind of click that. You can add more things, like more tracks, more instruments basically. So just X out of that real fast. Click onto your MPC icon. You're gonna have a whole bunch of pads. Has nothing on them. And you can like load up something, just like say for instance, like I got kits already, so I'll just load up a kit, but I will have tutorials, to show you how to make a kit and how to save it in the format of the app, and then how to export it and things like that. But let's say you want to load a preset. You have all these pads, these little tabs down here on the left side, So this is kind of like your navigation to kind of manipulate your sounds, things like that. But we're going to kind of go simple and just load up some sounds. So let's say we're going to load up a preset, and we can just click load preset, right? But I kind of like to save my stuff before I even go in, just to, because I don't know, the phone sometimes every once in a while crashes, so it is what it is. But say I want to, save it, I'll always click the home button, which is this house on the left corner. Brings you back to the main screen where your main, basically this right here is like your main audio input and like, your volume and things like that. So it controls the overall beat, this particular section. And anything you add on will be, your individual tracks or instruments that you can manipulate. So at the top here, you're going to see unsaved. It's going to say current project unsaved. Tap that. Say save as. And, I got my folders here. But let's say you didn't have folders yet. You want to go at the top. It says edit. See that button right there? Just click edit. It's going to say create folder. So click create folder. Name it test. So that's what this is. And then it's going to say folders already exist. So yeah. I'm going to, I guess, recreate it. So click edit at the top again. Takes away that option of creating a folder. Click test. Has nothing in there, but you're going to save. So you click the save button here on the bottom right. Add your name it. I'm going to name it test. Click OK. Now it's saved. So now I'd like to move forward now. So I click onto my icon. Now I want to load a preset. So anytime you want to load a preset, it's already loaded. The top icon on the left. You see all these different ones. So the top one right there, you want to click. It gives you the option to click a load preset. So you click that. And I have some already. So let's say, actually, they have some presets. They have some already in here. So say you didn't have none yet, because you didn't create any sound yet or have anything, it already has a sound library. So you just click on sound library, say like drum machine or something, hip hop or whatever, hip hop 2. So it gives you the option, well, it doesn't actually, I guess, because we're creating a preset, but usually it'll give you an option to click the individual sounds within the preset. But since this is the preset, which is the file BMK2, that is the file that this app recognizes. So anytime you're creating a preset for yourself with all your original sounds, it's going to have to be in that format. And I'll tell you about that later. Anyway, click on Hip Hop 2, bam, and click load at the bottom. It loads it all up, and you just, so, so you got a lot of things you can do, So it's all your sounds in that particular preset. And, if you click on the A button at the top left, it gives you all these different banks, which you can put more sounds in that particular bank, all on one, instrument, as far as one track, I guess you want to call it. But it's just like an MPC, man. It's really, really cool. So you click B. Now you have other, empty pads to use within that particular track that you can load some sounds on, which is really, really dope. So let's click the home button again. And you got tabs on the top. which is this tab right here is your sequencer. And then click the home button again, and on the next one is your mixer, basically. You know, you got your main volume, which is this guy right here, which you can add effects to the main track, you know, for people who understand engineering a little bit and stuff like that. So it's real flexible, you know. You got your input, let's say samples or anything that you want to bring into the actual app, but I don't use that particular tab. I use a different way to input samples, which is a little easier, more practical for the person that's used to using hardware, but now we're, you know, obviously going mobile with it all the way. So it gives it more of that type of workflow, but on your phone, which is kind of cool. So forget about that tab, in my opinion, but you can explore it. Then the next tab is the phone and the computer icon, and click that, and that's when you can kind of you can transfer things and stuff like that, which I'll explain later in another video. But you know, for just informational purposes right now, real quick, I usually use the Dropbox because it's the best mobile way for me to be on the road and having all my sounds and samples or whatever I want to import into the actual app. I can do that. So this is what that looks like. Like I said, I'll have another video explaining that, which is really, really dope. So, you know, yeah, I mean, this thing is pretty amazing. And I'll just kind of I'll just play a beat. And since I showed you, you know, kind of what it's looking like a little bit, you kind of get the feel. And, you know, this is, mind you, all on my phone. So let's just say I just wanted to load a beat. I'll just push load. You know, how I got there, I X out of that. How I got there was where it says current project. I just click that if I want to load another beat or make a new beat or just save this, whatever I did, you know, currently or something like that. So I just want to load it. And I go back on my files. I say I got P.W.Esquire beats. Click on one of those. I say do right. Click on that. Push load. Now my beat's there. So it brings me back to the home screen. So if I swipe or click on the bottom buttons, it will take me to all my different instruments with all my different sounds and things like that. So I clicked on that first icon. So those are all my different sounds, and hit the home button again. So like I said, I got all these different sounds. So now you can see how I built it. The beat. First you seen it was just the main, you know, volume. Then I got my first MPC pad with my first samples and things like that. Then I got my hi-hats with my J Dilla hi-hats that I love so much. You know, so I kind of, me as a beat maker, I kind of separate everything. So it makes it easier when I'm exporting and going into the big studio. But yeah, hit the home button. You know, I got my snares, my kicks. You know, got some more samples. I got 808. You know, I got some more kits. I make all my beats. I'm a sample junkie when it comes to just old school songs and stuff like that. So yeah, man. You know, I love the '90s. But anyway, this is for the purposes of anything. I mean, you could do trap, You can do reggae, you can do classical if you wanted to, it doesn't matter. All from your phone. So, like I said, man, it's very powerful. I'm going to take you to the top tab and click on the sequence tab. And at the bottom, you're going to see navigate, select, draw, split, import, export. And this is where you can actually import things, export your whole file as far as the whole beat or the individual tracks of the beat, and they'll go into one folder for you, which is really, really cool. And then you can export that folder straight to your Dropbox, which makes everything very mobile and very easy, especially if you're in a studio situation, you gotta change up something, or I don't know, you can really go there. But anyway, go to navigate, click that button at the bottom, and now you can kind of squeeze around, see all the different tracks you got. If you open it up, you see all the different MIDI tracks, the MIDI hits that's triggering all your sounds that you can go in and actually say you double hit on that and, click navigate so you don't select anything all crazy and move it. But, yeah, see, so you can actually step edit in this. Really, really cool. And if you select, you can select things. You can draw things. But at the top over here in the right corner, you have these X's in this tool wrench thing. You have the plus, and you have the music note. So the X is kind of like, let's say if you select it, you see that I selected the note that we just drew in there. So you hit the X and it takes it away. Stuff like that. I'll get into all that later. X out of this. Now you're back to the sequence screen. You see how this track is selected. You want to kind of unselect that. You can hit on the side where it's the gray area of the sequence track. You just hit on that and then it kind of deselects it or whatever. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. It's kind of late, but I wanted to do this video for y'all because it's important. I see a lot of people spending a lot of money on things that nowadays technology caught up to creativity, so it's more cost efficient ways and still be professional and competitive in the market to do music. So yeah, this is what this tutorial is about. Like I said, you can navigate through, and I'm just going to play this beat that I made so you can see the potential of what you can possibly do, and make it better than what I'm doing. That's what the purpose is for. It's for the each one teach one. So check this out. All right, and if you click on the bottom two, there in the corner, it's like the basically the clock, the time of the actual beat or whatever, and it brings up the toolbar for your play and record. So, you got the stop button, the play, the record, the rewind, fast forward, and you got the loop, and in the loop you can actually at the top create where you want the loop to set. So it's actually kind of cool. So, and then you got the metronome right there, which kind of, clicks if when you're starting to make the beat and things like that. Which I said before, if you, subscribe to my channel, I'm going to definitely be dropping jewels on how to make beats and sample and, timing and things like that, and utilizing what the platform offers, which is basically just like anything, in my opinion, Logic, Pro Tools, or anything like that, MPC, is all in one. Because like I said, you have the option also to create a audio track, which then you can make a beat and then also do audio on top of that track and mix it, which is wild. But yeah, here's one of the beats that I did, and check it out. Hope you like it. Yeah, so that was what this is, I just be messing around with it, man. It keeps me focused, I got a lot to do in a day. And if I can just get out some inspiration real fast on my phone and make it hot and send it to somebody and they in the studio doing their thing, hey, man, that's a blessing for me, you know what I'm saying? It just makes that everything much easier and still fun and creative. And yeah, like I said, it's P.W.Esquire, man. Signing off. I hope this was informational. I'm going to definitely be dropping jewels and videos, you know, possibly like every week or every couple days or something like that. Um, just about navigating through, you know, making dope music on your phone, man. You know what I'm saying? It's just really that simple. So subscribe, tell somebody, let them know that BeatMaker 2 is really, really dope. If you got an iPhone, I'm not sure if it works for Android, but, like you see here, hey, man, it is what it is. I'll play it one more time so you can see what I'm talking about naturally. Um, Let me see. Nah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'll be getting into more detail into a couple other things so you can really, really do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Also, this is strictly for all mobile, uses, like it's basically like no computer, you know what I'm saying? I teach you how to surf the net on your phone, take samples that you want to use or sounds and things like that and import them into your phone. Be able to import them into your app, man, you know. And basically give you a hell of a lot of jewels already, especially for people that's already in tune with making beats, just naturally, on their MPCs already or their computers and things like that, Fruity Loops and things like that. But this is definitely, I salute, the people who made this because this is definitely all in one, super, you know, mobile, super quick, responsive, no lag time. I mean, if your phone is like 128 gigs or something like mine is, it's like you got sounds for days, and plus you got Dropbox. So those are the jewels, man. This is your boy P.W.Esquire signing off, man. Holla at your boy.